Hello everyone, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Today we will be doing mission 20, which is Voices. One of the young children that we saved sent us in to rescue a friend.
The target is Shabani. He was the leader of the boys being forced to work at the mine. He was separated from the others and taken away to Ngumba Industrial Zone. The locals call this place Nzoya Badia Bulu, the Devil's House. Boss, find Shabani and extract him safely. You can check the target's location on your iDroid.
So as I was saying, one of the young children that we managed to rescue from the mine in the, I believe it was 2 episodes ago, Blood Runs Deep. Apparently the leader of the young children did not make it out and is actually being held in a facility somewhere in this general location. It's an unknown area, we haven't actually been there.
An outpost in a sunken road. Monoko Yanyoka, the Snake's Mouth. I get it. Looks like that's the only way to the objective area.
As Ocelot just said, the name of the outpost is the Snake's Mouth, and it's well placed. There's only one entrance through a fork through the mountain path, and besides that there's no real other way the game allows you to go, making things just a little bit more difficult, but we managed to make our way there, and you shall experience what I call bad aim this episode. I don't know what else to call it, but definitely one of my worst times playing. This of course is post commentary. If you noticed in the previous episode, there was a glitch with the audio recording. At some point towards the end of the video, the last couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes, my recording software just decided to stop working. But since I was playing and doing live commentary, I actually didn't notice until I imported the audio back into the editing software. I edited it, I listened through most of it, and then I thought to myself, well, as always the audio is fine, there shouldn't be a problem. I didn't listen throughout towards the end, and then as I'm editing it, about to render, I noticed there's something wrong in a particular section. The sound waves just ain't normal, and then boom, the sound. I noticed that the sound wasn't actually working, and I was it was far too late into the night, to be honest with you, to redo and do post commentary on that particular video. But right now I had recorded this episode 20 after doing episode 19. So I did episode 19 live, and as it was edited and I had saved the project, I decided to do one more mission, but I wasn't doing any live commentary. I was just playing for the sake of playing, and hence here we are. I don't know. So far I'm actually enjoying the game. In the beginning I was having some discussions with friends and other people about some development processes that led to the creation of this game, how I believe that Konami made a few mistakes by changing the changing direction of the Metal Gear series. Konami and Kojima Productions kind of made a few mistakes, but they also did a few things good. I've decided to put my differences aside with the game. I've accepted that the things I hate I will never like in this game, but I'm now trying to appreciate the good things in this game. And though, for example, there may be a lack of story, or at least I believe that the story is very it's not so fleshed out as I wished it would, even in a more minimalistic setting or style of narrative, just like a few minimalistic games like Dark Souls, for example.
Enemy presence detected.
Even they find way to convey the story in a much better way than this game, I believe. But anyway, let's not bash on the game just yet. Let's try and enjoy the mission. As I was saying, as much as the story ain't driven in a way that I wished it was, when there is story sections, I enjoy them fully, which is good to say the least. But anyway, back to the mission. Apparently there's some intel saying that there are people being held in this particular area. It's a very secretive location, a semi-black site, and no one really knows what happens. Most people go in, but most people don't really tend to come out. And if you remember the very first episode, when we came to Central Africa, we managed to infiltrate an oil station where they filter and refine oil, and we saw weird dead bodies in there as well. There's a link between that location, or the people running that location, and what's going on here. Of course, Miller suspects Cypher's doing in the backgrounds, maybe even Skullface, and that could potentially be the case. One thing I did notice though about the... oh snap. About the pistol is that the recoil is definitely far from what I expected. Oh. Yep, this is what I was talking about. There we go. I was so used to the tranquilizer gun that when I actually got the pistol, its recoil pattern was just weird, especially on the first shot, hence why I was missing so many shots. Usually with the tranquilizer gun, the dart veers a bit towards the left and drops, but with the pistol it seems it's more straight and it goes up in the initial burst of the gun, which is kind of weird to me. So you have to kind of aim a bit lower than what I was doing, or at least that's what I believe. And then we got detected by somebody. Couldn't even see what was going on here. Definitely not one of my good days. But at least we got the shot. Now, since people may be wondering, well, at least the game, in my opinion, hasn't yet put any real emphasis on child soldiers. It's kind of, ooh. It's kind of just, yeah, they're child soldiers, then what? If you look at it from a more worldly perspective, I believe the reason why there's a lot of emphasis and people are, how can I say this? There's nothing, if you fight a war and your army also includes child soldiers, for example, the reason why there's a lot of shame in that is because people believe that children, well, it is partly true, not every child is born into royalty or politics, but children really are not part of the economy. If you learned anything in business or economics, when a country is determining, for example, they will look at the working age of the population of the country, the people who are actually able to work and supply and pay taxes and get a salary. They'll take those people into account, and then
Intel file obtained.
Picked up an intel file, huh? Looks like a map to the objective area. It's on your iDroid.
The map has been updated.
as I was saying, they take the number of people who are able to provide some form of money for the economy of the country, and then they take the number of people who have retired and cannot work anymore, hence they can't provide for the country. Also, this dependency ratio also takes into account children as people who cannot provide for the country. So in this case, children are not part of politics. They bear no weight on the decisions made by their politicians to start these wars. So you can ask yourself then, why are the children fighting this war? It's unfair to them because chances are most of the child soldiers start off at a very young age, and they don't really understand why this is happening. They just accept it for what it is.
There. Security sure is tight. I guess they don't want anyone poking around.
Enemy presence detected.
You condemn
The map
someone's
has been
future
updated.
to memories of killing, murder, war, yet they technically didn't deserve it. I guess it's the same for adults in the sense that if a war were to break out in whatever country I live in, for example, chances are I never started it or was part of it being started. So it's not my fault per se, but at least I have, well, at least you would be made to believe that I have the ability to get out of such a situation. I can at least try. I swear there was something in this room.
He's coming too.
I don't know.
Roger that.
At least I can try get myself out of that situation in one way or another. But chances are children are in a much more difficult position, and physically you would say, unless a child is trained, physically speaking, they are weaker than their adult counterparts, both physically and mentally. So it's torture in a way. Torture is never accepted really, even though it is practiced. Torture is not accepted, but torturing children is just taking it one step further, I would say. So hence why the stigma, negativity, and why people do not condone child soldiers at all. But in this particular mission, we will be going to...
Bridge has collapsed. Looks like you'll have to go down through the valley.
Extraction arrived at
We will be
Mother
going
Base.
to extract one such child soldier by the name of Shabani. Apparently the leader of the kids that we extracted in the previous mission. I'm not so sure as to whether he was just the leader of
Enemy presence
the child
detected.
soldier
The map
squadron,
has been updated.
or he was leading them in something else entirely. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, we've entered a misty valley. Hints as to potential skulls influence in this area. Not too sure.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Apparently, as we have now spotted, there are soldiers here having a little bit of target practice. It's very difficult to see how many there are in total because of the mist and the angle that we're trying to look at. So this is a very tricky situation. Mistakes can be made. You can underestimate the distance between you and the enemy.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There could potentially still be more. Not too sure though. Seems like we've got our eyes on one. and take down. Could potentially interrogate him, but I don't think there's any use. The info, the intel file gave us exact location as to where we need to go. Instead, let's just move around, explore, and hopefully pick up a few items.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Request some supplies. I believe my suppressor was done at this point, so why not? Didn't really know what to expect ahead.
Supply drop complete.
But one thing I'd like to note is that the whole decoy mechanic of inflatable dolls shaped as human beings is actually quite... it interests me quite a bit. Usually in real life though, if people were to set up decoys, especially this usually happens in clustered areas such as buildings. If people are trying to defend a particular building from an assault, or people are trying to assault a building that has people inside, usually the defenders would put up anything that can form a silhouette in a dark area, whether it be, for example, what were the guys we just passed were having some target practice. They just take a few sticks and then put uniform over the sticks to make it seem as if there's a soldier standing there. In some cases,
there's a cliff blocking the way to the objective area. You'll have to take the path.
in some cases, mostly in urban areas, they're cardboard cutouts. But I would like to, I don't know, one day see a real life example of, or at least see someone try set up decoys as very lifelike inflatable balloons. It wouldn't be something very difficult because inflatable objects are very various, whether it be inflatable balloons, pillows, whatever, you name it, there's probably an inflated version of it, even inflatable cell phones for your children. And they have made inflatable replicas of people, so using those as decoys in a military situation would be cool.
Could come down any minute. Watch your step.
You have arrived at your destination.
You've reached the objective area. Now look for the target. I just hope he's alive.
Scope out the area. Not much to see. It's very suspect though. when you first walk in here, you think to yourself, such an open area, but for what? You have to look at it from a game's development point of view, I'd guess. You encounter enemies and then there's a brief moment of peace. You are given time to restock on your ammunition, get your health back. You go in through a tunnel which you can clearly see is just a checkpoint. They tell you the tunnel's gonna fall down, and why would they tell you if it's not going to fall down and there's a checkpoint? You move into an open area. There are many vantage points, many places to be stealthed from and stealth to, and an open area to fight. Now you think to yourself, what could potentially go wrong? This is clearly a setup for something. But still, better to be cautious than dead.
Development complete.
Just scouting out the area, confused. There are no enemy soldiers here. Why? I don't know. And if you think if it's so quiet, then there are no enemy soldiers, then maybe it's a boss fight, but nothing still. There's a car, decided to Fulton that add to my collection. Now I'm just sprinting for the sake of. There's clearly no danger just yet. Probably scout out the building, see what's going on. Blood at the door shows this is the right way, you'd think. It's the setup for something. Seems like a... I would not like to use the word clinic because that would imply that people were being cured in this area, but you can see that people were being harvested in one way or another. Probably cutting out organs, illegal operations, surgeries of some kind. Maybe black market organ donors. And these are the victims' dead bodies. This is the victim's flesh on the floor. Who knows what they could have been doing here, but whatever it was, definitely resulted in a lot of death.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Seems as if things are being implanted into people. And radios. Don't know what kind of.
Shivani.
What could have been going on here, to be honest with you? Seems to be no signs in the building, except for the boy.
Shivani, your boy sent me.
En je moet zeggen het op bijna dood. Nu ga je bij Kieban. Burn with the rest of them.
And we run like mad.
What the hell is that?
Apparently,
Run, boss. It's him again. You can't let him catch you, boss. Get out of there.
well,
Boss, I'll have the chopper touchdown pad. Take cover, boss.
god damn it. If Skullface was there,
He's coming.
checking on the patients, or should I say the victims of the massacre, and he clearly said burn with the rest of them, you would be safe to assume that the man on fire is with Skullface.
The tunnel's blocked. Boss, I know it's risky, but I'm changing the LZ closer to your position. First stop him, then call in the chopper.
So if the man on fire works with Skullface, would it not be safe to assume that the little kid is too?
Boss, think back to Cyprus. He avoided water. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. This is your chance. He's lost sight of you. See anything nearby you could use to stop him.
Got a whole canister of water above our heads. But sadly I was too dumb to see it on the first time. I don't know why I decided to go back. Oh, because Pequod had said that he was on the other side of the tunnel. Quite weird. Did I full turn this truck? Maybe, maybe not. Not too sure. Don't know where the man on fire is gone, but going to check on the tunnel to see if
Please select
there's
a
any way.
landing zone.
Oh, we could change landing zones.
Landing zone.
Roger. I'll send the chopper. He'll shoot down the chopper if it lands now. Stop him before it arrives.
Don't even ask me what's going on here. Even I don't know what the hell I was doing. We've been seen.
He spotted you. He's coming. Bullets won't work on him. You need something with the stopping power of a shotgun just to slow him down. All the support you need.
And things ain't looking so great.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Stand by.
God damn it. Pequod's there, but this is so bad. I don't even know what I was thinking. I don't even know what I was thinking, but anyway,
Snake!
we're going for the second try.
The tunnel's blocked. Boss, I know it's risky, but I'm changing the LZ closer to your position. First stop him, then call in the chopper.
Okay, so we know the tunnel is blocked. We know that we need to attract his attention to get him to the water, or at least I think I knew this at the time. Don't know how I can distract him.
He spotted you. He's coming.
Wow, he spotted the magazine, but this counts as that he spotted me. I don't know, sometimes I believe that people just say a boss fight equals time to cheat,
Nearby you could use to stop him.
so I don't know. It seems as if I still didn't know what to do at the time. Just hide here by the bricks. Lay down on the ground, relax. I think this is when I spotted the water container. I was like, okay, there seem to be two of them. So let's try getting closer. That was what I thought. I ran towards it, unequipped the suppressor, want it to be loud and clear. Apparently that doesn't explode, so a waste of time.
He spotted you. He's
Now we
coming.
need to blow it up somehow. Now I found the explosive barrels, but I have no clue where he is, because it seems as if he appears wherever he can pick which pillar of flame to use. And he came. And we ran.
Now's the time to get on the chopper.
Call the chopper, run away. Even though I was moving as slow as a duck. Come on, come on, come on, let's go. Never walk into the flames, apparently you can't run through them. It's as if they're an invisible wall. And hope that it doesn't flame you down. But pretty much that's that. Thanks for watching episode 20, Voices. Quite an interesting encounter with Skullface, but we managed to survive after dying. Oh well, what can we say? See you next time.
Mission complete. Great work. Skullface. So he was in Africa after all. Working behind the scenes. Even that man on fire at his beck and call. But what the hell was going on at the Devil's House? Earphones embedded in people's throats. Tapes playing voices. And those lumps on their chests. They looked like the ones on the bodies at the oil field. The man on fire burned everything to the ground. But we were recording audio the whole time you were there. We'll conduct a thorough analysis of it. That a Western arms dealer is going to be inspecting a CFA outpost. It appears he's involved with nuclear weapons development in the area. My hunch is that this guy is somehow connected to Cypher. I've got no proof, but we know Skullface is working through PFs in the region. Anyway, it just so happens a job connected to this inspection has come in. Take a look at your iDroid.